Sometimes these bust ass niggas fall in love with these trick ass hoes. You know what I'm saying? They forget about their homeboys. Start falling in love with these tricks. Let friendships go to waste. You know what I'm saying?
Used to be my nigga, now some buster I don't even know. You ran up like a bitch, pussy whipped by some dog hoe.
Yeah, what's up? This is Gola Loco. I'm kind of fucking tired. I don't give a fuck, and I got my notes in my hand. That way I won't keep looking over there and shit. Every time other videos, I'm keep going like this, like looking over that way and shit. But I'm gonna keep them in my hand just in case I fucking forget something. So this fucking review is about the Garden of Words. The Garden of Words, motherfucker. See this shit? And you know what? I'm reviewing both the fucking manga and the anime movie thing, whatever. They're not that different, so I mean, there's just like a couple differences here and there, but I can fit this bitch into one video. It's pretty much, let me just give you like a summary, my whack ass summary. This kid named Takao, pretty much, he's looking to be like well, his goal is to be like the shoemaker, designer, or whatever, you know. And usually he goes out and like, you know, when it's like a rainy day, he goes to this park thingy and he sketches out his fucking designs and shit for shoes. And now within that park garden, I'm gonna just say garden because it's called the garden. He ends up fucking meeting this chick. I forgot this chick's name. Fuck, I'm gonna go notes. Yukino. Fuck. Her name is Yukino. And yeah, they end up forming a fucking, what the fuck? They end up forming like, you know, a relationship, a bond or whatever. And they ended up getting cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's gonna be spoilers here, I don't give a fuck. So that's pretty much it for the summary, you know. I could probably put more into the summary, but this is pretty much the gist of it. The main characters pretty much is just them two. That Takao kid. I mean, I'm slaughtering names, but whatever. Takao and Yukino. There's other characters in there, but they really don't fucking matter, to be honest. Like, I feel they just don't. They don't really add a whole lot to the story. But, you know, it just pretty much just revolves around. I mean, this dude has a brother. Takao has a brother. And it shows his mom. And then some of his classmates. But, I mean, they do talk in there or whatever. I mean, they talk in the fucking story, but I don't think it really fucking matters because they're not like a huge, they don't play some huge role in this fucking thing. So pretty much, man, I say so pretty much so much. I'm gonna just tell you about, you know, the art, I guess. For the anime, you know what? For the anime, the quality of the fucking animation is top notch. Fucking top notch. I like that a lot. You know, I love the fucking music on that shit too. Yeah, I'm like I said before in my other video, I'm like a big fan of fucking music. Like I said, like in the Demon City Shinjuku movie review thing or whatever. I'm a big fan of music. You know, I'm not every genre, but I really enjoyed the music on this motherfucking anime. So, and like I said, the animation, real good. As for the fucking manga, well, I like the art, you know. I mean, it's cool, you know. It's not like the greatest shit ever, but I mean, it's fucking cool, you know. I like his you know, his goal. Like, he's determined to be, you know, a shoemaker or whatever. Like, Takao's just like, you know, he's just that type of dude. Like, even if you tell him like, hey, yo, you can't do it. Like, it just seems like, okay, fuck you. I don't give a what you say. I'm determined to be a motherfucking shoemaker, you know what I'm saying? The other thing I like in here is Yukino. I mean, she seems like a really nice person, don't get me wrong, but I guess this might be kind of fucked up to think that this is a good thing in a way, but I mean, she's actually a depressed person, and, you know, I guess I'm always going to go back to, like, okay, it's like real shit, you know? This stuff is like real shit. I mean, in real life people get depressed and stuff like that, and she doesn't show this till like later on that, you know, she's a depressed person or whatever. But I mean, you know, people can relate to depression if they've ever been depressed. And that's pretty much it about what I like. There isn't a whole lot. So I pretty much, you know, what, you know, I guess you can kind of get an idea of what the conclusion of this is going to be, but I'll get to it in a bit. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the things I did not like about this shit. And like I said, just spoil it, I don't give a fuck. That Takao kid, I forgot to mention, this dude's a fucking kid. Like, he's still in school. Well, he's a fucking white knight, man. I just don't like that shit. I don't like white knights. Like, it bothers me. Like, okay, I'm gonna just tell you like this. Because I'm thinking about it, because it's just bugging me just thinking about it. So, there's the Yukino chick was a fucking teacher. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't know this till later on, though, of course. So, she ended up, like, quitting or something like that. Man, I don't want to look back there at the fucking manga and then, you know, I probably ain't gonna have to look it up, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Like, she ended up getting out of school though. She was a teacher. I'm not gonna just say she quit, you got fired, whatever. I'm pretty sure she quit. Fucking burping. So this dude starts tripping because he goes up to this chick that pretty much was tripping on the teacher, Yukino. Talk shit to her and all that other shit because I guess supposedly the boyfriend of that chick liked Yukino and Yukino was like flirting. I don't know, some stupid ass big rumor that wasn't even fucking true. So fucking Takao goes up to her and then he starts like pretty much like telling her shit, and then he goes ahead and slaps the fuck out of her. Let me tell you like this shit happened like a year ago or something like that, or I don't know, it happened a long time ago. It happened like a long time ago. This dude wasn't even there for anything like that. Like, man, come on, homie. Like, you ain't even fucking there for that shit, and you're gonna start flipping out about it. Like, I don't know, like fucking after it already passed. Like, it's I just don't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't even there when this bitch was like doing this class and whatever. Why you gonna trip on it now? Like, it's already in the fucking past. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even know her. You didn't even know the fucking teacher to begin with when that shit happened. So why you gonna go ahead and go all of a sudden, like, I don't know, like a year later and just like start tripping on this bitch, like, oh, because of you this chick had to fucking quit, or the teacher or whatever, and then slap the fuck out of her. Like, I just don't get that shit, man. That's like if that's kind of like, oh, if I just told somebody, you know what, dawg, I start telling somebody some shit. Like, I start telling my homeboy Junior, like, hey, you know, oh, well, I got into it with this dude, you know, and these two motherfuckers started talking shit or whatever, and this and that, and, you know, but I tell him, like, way later on. I tell him, like, a year later. And then, like, he's like, oh, man, let's go beat their fucking ass. Like, I'm gonna be like, chill the fuck out, dude. That shit happened a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? Here's a better example. I actually got jumped, and I actually got fucking jumped by like 20 motherfuckers. It was actually a gang. Bitch ass wannabe Soreño gang. So this is like barely telling my homeboy about this. You know, like almost 10 years fucking later, and then all of a sudden want to trip on it, and then want to go find all of them dudes who jumped me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like, why are you gonna trip on something that already fucking happened in the past? You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna go find them motherfuckers and go beat them the fuck up or shoot them up or anything. Like, I just don't get it. This nigga's a white knight. Like, just a bitch ass motherfucker for doing that shit. I just don't get it. Another thing that I fucking I was kind of, look, man, I know it's just a story, but I was really bugging out about this. It's just because I find it fucking retarded. Who the fuck goes to, like, okay, it's fucking, because he skips on rainy days only. Like, who the fuck does that shit? Look, oh, it's raining today, better go to the garden, I'm gonna skip first period. Like, who the fuck does that shit, man? I'm gonna tell you something right now. I skipped a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I skipped, like, there'd be times where I would go to first period and I wouldn't come, like, I would just get out of school and I wouldn't come back till like about fourth period. Or like after lunch, because I would go get my fucking haircut, because the place wouldn't open up till like about 10. So I would leave first period. I would go to first period and then I would leave. Go get my hair cut, try to be like the first one in line. But sometimes there would be motherfuckers after, like before me who already got there, waiting for the barber to open the shop, the barber shop. Or sometimes I wouldn't even go to first period at all. Sometimes I'd just be, you know, somewhere else or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'd be fucking stupid and shit. But who the fuck does that shit? Like, I'm gonna just skip on rainy days. Oh, it's not rainy today. I'm gonna just go to school, stay in school. Who the fuck does that? I just find it really fucking retarded. I mean, it's retarded for me to skip a lot, but I just don't get it. Like, if it's not raining, you're gonna go to school. I don't know. I mean, I know it's just a story, but like, still, I just find it really fucking retarded. Another thing that I'm not sure if this, well, this is kind of an issue, but at the same time, at first it wasn't an issue, but then I guess it did bother me, like, cause I thought about it, like, I don't know, like, it took me a while to think about it, like, if this should even be included as an issue I had with it, but it kind of is, because there's this one part, I guess it's the climax part of this story, where fucking Takao, whatever the fuck, goes to, gets out of, leaves her place. He leaves her place after, like, having, like, a little talk with her. And then, I guess she kind of, like, regrets what she said to him. And then she starts, it's just that I read, man, it's because I was supposed to do this review. That's the reason why my memory ain't that fresh about it. I was supposed to do the review, like, the day I fucking finished reading that, and the day I fucking finished reading the movie, which was like 2 weeks ago. So that's why it's not like even that fresh. Well, she ended up running down the stairs trying to get to him while he's walking, and then he looks back and she's like at the stairs, and then he starts talking shit to her, like, why didn't you tell me I'm just some kid? Why didn't you just tell me to go to school? This and that. Like, well, I mean, he found out she was a teacher, like I said, but he's just talking mad shit to her, man, like. And then she's just there, like, staring at him, like, all, like, kind of like in a shocked face. And then all of a sudden she runs down and then hugs him. And then she's all crying like a little bitch. And then at first I was like, oh, man, that's love or whatever. But then I was just like, no. Because this is a teacher-student relationship thing. And, you know, they're pulling off a fucking, what is the motherfuckers called? Mary Kayla Turner and a fucking Villy. Fuck. I forgot the fucking, let me look at the movie. Mary Kayla Turner and Villy Falau. That's because I couldn't pronounce this motherfucker's name, but I remember, man, that teacher-student relationship thing, I'll never forget that shit. I remember, like, that was like such a huge, like, big thing when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I remember hearing it all over the news, like, over and over and over again. It was like just beating it into your head, you know what I'm saying? But I used to hear about that case, like, so many fucking times when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was, like, the thought that came to my mind, like, but it came, like, I don't know, and it didn't come to me right away. It came to me, like, I don't know, I guess, like, days later. Because it's kind of like, you know, I mean, it's just kind of weird. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure some guys be like, man, I smashed a teacher. Because don't get me wrong, I had a couple homeboys who said, like, damn, I smashed, you know, this teacher that we had. And I would never look at it that kind of way. I will say there was only one teacher that I did look at that kind of way. I'm not going to sit here and say no, but it was this art teacher I had when I was in middle school. But that's because she was 26, though. At the time I was there, she was fucking 26. And this fucking kid is like, what, 15? And she is, fuck, how old is she? I'm trying to think. She's 20-something, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I think she's 20-something because in the fucking, in the back of the manga, it shows, like, the diff, like, it shows him when he's 8 and she's, like, 20. I don't know if you can see it. Or I'll probably just take a picture of it and post it here. Can you see it? No. See, Yugino age 20, Takao age 8. So I mean, it just showing like how much is that? Like fuck. I don't even know, 12-year difference. So I mean, she'd still be like what, 20 something while he's like 15, 16, whatever. Like I said, man, I mean, and then I think I'm not quite sure if it's in here or if it's in the anime, but the chick is like what, I think it's the guy, the chick, well, you like cougars or something, or I'm like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense because she's not a fucking cougar. Cougar's like in her fucking 40s or so, you know. So yeah, I just really didn't quite, you know, get that little cougar thing when they said that shit. But yeah, man, that was like that was kind of like an issue I had with it, was putting off that student-teacher relationship. I don't know if maybe I should link that Mary Kay Turner and Billy Fallow, whatever the fuck, so y'all can know what I'm talking about. It's a really old case, and you know the weird thing about it is that them two actually got married, even after she got locked up and everything. For having that relationship with them, like they ended up getting married and they have 2 kids right now. And she's like 20 years, I think she's like 20 years older than him. So, I mean, I'm just like, I don't know. That's really weird. I don't think I could ever do somebody who's 20 years older than me. So, yeah. I'm going to just give you the conclusion to this, man. How long has this been running? God, this has been running like 20 minutes. So, this is enough. Honestly, I mean, shit was kind of fucking boring. You know, they're like I know I'm doing a lot. I don't know why I have a habit of that, but it's just, you don't really feel much for the characters. Like, you know what I'm saying? To that, until you get to that climax part, you know, that's when you actually, I guess, like, you feel something for the characters. But the story was pretty fucking boring. So I just don't get how some people call it a masterpiece, to be honest. I'm about to fucking post little screenshot things of people calling this shit a masterpiece. Well, they were calling the anime a masterpiece, not the fucking manga. Both are pretty fucking boring. Also, like, the endings are different. Like, the ending on here, she actually receives shoes from Takao. Yukino receives some shoes, heels, that he designed himself, which they look okay, you know. And she wears them and everything, and I don't know, there's a couple extra things in there, I forgot what else. She wears them and then she walks in them and shit. I can't even remember the rest of it. In the anime, Takao goes to the garden, and I think he leaves like the shoes in the garden. That way when she comes by, I guess she'll pick them up. I mean, I'm assuming that's what fucking happens. So, like, that doesn't even happen in the manga, you know. It's 2 totally different endings. I don't give a fuck that I spoiled it, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking boring. I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't even waste time on this shit. The only reason why I got this manga is because it was for cheap. I got it for, like, I think it was, like, $3, I think. So, it was, like, on sale. I think it was, like, $3. Or maybe $4. Maybe $5. Brand new though. I didn't know there was an anime of it till like I looked it up later on or whatever, like weeks later. But yeah, like if they're both pretty fucking boring. But if you wanted to watch one, I would tell you to watch the anime. The reason why is because the art, in my opinion, is better than the fucking manga. Well, it's like the coloring and everything of it, you know. I mean, the fucking music. The music is really fucking nice. So I would tell you to watch the anime. So if I had to, well, I mean, yeah, the rating, not if I have to, but I do have to. I give this manga 2.7 and the anime 3.7. And the reason why I give it a fucking 3.7 is because the music and the animation is top notch, you know. So, I mean, that's the way I see it. I mean, I wouldn't say, I mean, some people would probably give this shit like a 1 or maybe a 0. Who fucking knows? Maybe -1. I mean, there was just like a couple of things I did like. That's the reason I give it a 2. But it like those couple of things that I liked wasn't enough for me to give it like an actual, like an average score. Like, oh, this is okay, you know. But yeah, I mean, don't waste your time. Don't. And if you are gonna waste your time on that shit, watch the anime. Don't read the fucking manga.
Fake ass niggas do fake ass shit, and fake ass niggas get pussy with. It ain't the bitch, it's the principle of it. Nigga, fuck you, we can handle this like genuine. So get into some thug shit, she loved it. Yo, can't you see your bitch chose me, nigga? Now you got the jealousy, fucking up the currency. It's killing me.